My girlfriend is a ghost. I realized it now. I still remember the day I met Emily. She was everything I could have ever dreamed of, beautiful, kind, and so full of life. We started dating, and things seemed perfect, almost too perfect, but after a while, I noticed something off. Emily never slept, not once. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and find her sitting by the window, just staring out into the darkness. When I asked her about it, she'd just smile, that faint, almost sad smile, and say she wasn't tired. I thought maybe she was just one of those people who didn't need much sleep, but the longer we were together, the stranger it got. She started acting like she was sick, her skin grew paler, her eyes darker, and she moved like she was exhausted. But whenever I asked if she was okay, she brushed it off, telling me not to worry. Then one day, she said she needed to go to her mom's house for a while. I was concerned, but she insisted she'd be fine, so I didn't push it. I told her I'd miss her and to call me when she got there. But she never did. Days went by, and I didn't hear from her. My calls and texts went unanswered. 5 days passed, and I was beside myself with worry. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and decided to call her mom. When I introduced myself, there was a long pause on the other end of the line. "I don't know you," her mother said, her voice shaky. I was confused. "I'm Emily's boyfriend," I explained, my heart pounding in my chest. "We've been dating for a while now." There was silence, and then her mother whispered, Emily died 4 years ago." I froze. My heart was racing like a sports car, and I could barely breathe. "What do you mean?" I stammered, but the line went dead. I sat there in shock, trying to process what I'd just heard. Emily, dead? How could that be possible? I'd been with her, held her, talked to her. It didn't make any sense. I didn't speak to anyone for days after that. I was terrified, confused, and utterly lost. Eventually, I forced myself to return to work, trying to bury the fear deep down, but the fear followed me home. One night, after what felt like an eternity, I came home from work, still shaken by everything that had happened. I tried to push it all out of my mind, telling myself it was some kind of mistake or a cruel joke. But as I lay in bed that night, I heard strange noises coming from the bathroom. My blood ran cold. I live alone. There shouldn't have been any noises. It was 3 a.m., and I was wide awake, paralyzed with fear. I didn't dare move. I just lay there, listening to the sounds of faint whispers, like someone was standing right outside my bedroom door. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next day at work, I couldn't focus on anything. When I finally returned home, I was too afraid to even walk through the door, but I forced myself inside, my heart pounding. Everything seemed normal at first, but then I noticed something, a slight chill in the air, like the house itself was holding its breath. I couldn't take it anymore. I ran to my neighbor's house and told them everything. They listened quietly, then admitted they'd also heard strange noises coming from my place. That was all I needed to hear. I packed a bag and left, refusing to spend another night in that house. I went to see a priest I knew in the city. He agreed to visit the house with me, but he warned me it might be dangerous. The next day, we went back, and as soon as we stepped inside, he told me there were 2 spirits in my home, a girl and a man. The girl, I knew it had to be Emily, but the man, I had no idea who he could be. The priest advised me to leave the house immediately, and I didn't need to be told twice. I packed up whatever I could carry and left, never looking back. I found a new place to live, and for a while, things seemed to return to normal, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was still watching me, that Emily was still with me, even if I couldn't see her. Months have passed since then, and I've tried to move on, but that house, I'll never forget it. I heard a new family moved in after I left, but I don't know what's happening with them. As for the man's ghost, it remains a mystery. I've heard rumors that the previous owner died of cancer, but no one knows for sure if it's him or someone else. All I know is that I'll never go back to that house again. Some mysteries are better left unsolved.